Hi and welcome to another Webcurl tutorial. My name's Alex and today we're going to talk about path and path auto modules for Drupal. Now both these modules can be found on the drupal.org and all you need to do is download and install them, and today we're also going to show you how to enable them and then the functionality of them using examples. So first let's create some content. Now I'm in the create content section and I'm going to select story. Now we're going to call this story about Webcurl, and then put the same in the body field, and then just save, just like a regular piece of content. Now as you can see in the address bar, this has been labeled node 32. Now from a search engine perspective, this is not an easy way to find this story via the search engines. In fact, it's rather difficult. So the function of path is to make this easier, and I've enabled path already, so I'm going to show you how I would have done that. So I go via site building and then to the module section and then lists, and all I need to do then is scroll down and find path. So here we are, and as you can see I've enabled path, but obviously you'd want to do that if you haven't got it enabled already, and scroll all the way down to save configuration. So now path has been enabled. I'm now going to go back to creating my content, create a story, and call this story about Webcurl 2. Now below the body field there are a list of settings, and we previously discussed this in tutorials. However, I've enabled the path module, and this has allowed me now to have a URL path settings option. So I'm going to expand this, and as you can see there is a field. Now this field is going to give me an alternative URL. And basically all I need to do is copy this title and paste it into here. However, as you can see, and it's in the list here, it needs to have dashes between each word, and that's very important, otherwise it won't be understood and get rejected. So now that they've got dashes in between, I can click the save button, and instead of the node and the number being displayed, we now have about a story, or story about Webcurl 2. This is much easier for search engines to pick up on, and therefore people who search for your story are more likely to find it. So I've now navigated back to the modules list via site building, and I'm now going to enable path auto. So I'm going to search for it quickly and then check the box and scroll down and save it. Waiting for it to load. Okay, and now we're going to create content once more. And we're going to create another story. We're going to call it my about Webcurl 3. And then again, you can see the URL path settings are still here. However, if I expand it this time, there's the option for an automatic alias. Now if I just quickly uncheck that, there is the option then to type in the fields. However, as you saw before, by selecting this, this has now been blanked out. And the reason is, I'm going to show you now. So I've just saved it, and as you can see, the title of my story has been automatically inputted into the address bar. So that's an automatic alias, and that saves me the time from having to manually type it. And this is just an example, both path and path auto, of how Drupal try to optimize your search for whatever content you create in your site, making it easier for people to find it. So that concludes the Webcurl tutorial on the Drupal modules path and path auto. My name's Alex from Webcurl Limited, and thanks very much for listening.